no faces. Some relationships last for years, but not all of them remain the same. Sometimes love feels like comfort, sometimes like a burden, and sometimes it leaves you torn between loyalty and longing for something more. This is the story of a woman who has been in a relationship for over a decade. One built on patience, sacrifices, and struggles. But when life introduced her to someone new, things took a turn she never expected. What began as hope for romance and understanding soon became a journey filled with betrayal, guilt, and heartbreak.
Hi, Anonymo. I have been in a relationship since 2011, and it has continued until today. 2025, we are old school lovers. Later, he moved to another city, and we had to manage a long-distance relationship. Despite that, we handled it well because we were deeply in love. Eventually, he chose a college in my city, and we started meeting often. We kissed, made love, but never had sex, and it kept going like that. I have always worked part-time jobs to take care of my expenses. Never in my life have I sat idly without earning money, and I never took money from my parents. But in the relationship, I noticed that almost all the financial responsibilities were on me. Whenever we went out, ate outside, traveled, or met up, I was the one covering the costs. On top of that, I was the more romantic one. He hardly ever spent on me and wasn't open with his feelings. Even though I know he loves me, he keeps everything inside. In all these years, he only gave me flowers 3 times. He's unromantic, inactive, and rarely talks romantically unless I start. He doesn't like exploring new things. We went to the same places for 7 years. I told him to change things up, but he didn't care. Emotionally, I gave much more than I received. Around 90% of the expenses were borne by me. He was struggling to get a job, and I felt broken. I always wanted a healthy relationship where the man also takes responsibility. I wondered how long I would have to wait for him to finally get settled and start contributing. I was tired. I wanted actions, surprises, and effort from him. Then a new guy from my caste came into my life unexpectedly. He was a poet, very godly and sensible in his speech, with an amazing, soothing voice. We matched instantly because I love lyrical things. His background was good, and his parents even knew mine. He spoke deeply, often about Christ, and his words touched me. I never had friends because of my unsocial behavior. The only person I had was my boyfriend, but with this new guy, I felt a fresh connection. We talked and talked, and he soon started to fall for me. He proposed, but I told him no, we could remain friends. He left, came back after 30 days, and started talking to me again. Eventually, he proposed once more despite knowing about my long-term relationship. At first, I friend-zoned him, but he kept returning. Over time, I also started to fall for him. I never confessed directly, but he filled an empty space in me. His voice comforted me, he cared for me, and he always expressed his feelings. He said he was studying me and that he would do anything for me. He seemed perfect. Meanwhile, my boyfriend was still jobless, and this new man made me feel that I had been stuck in a bad relationship all along. Then, by God's grace, my boyfriend finally got a job. But by then, I had become distant and decided to part ways with him. I told him I wanted a break, but he refused, saying he couldn't live without me. He even threatened to harm himself, which scared me and made him seem immature. I was already attracted to the other guy. He convinced me to meet at a hotel, assuring me that we would just talk like mature people and maybe hug. I trusted him. At 29, this was the first time I went out with another man. I was happy and dreamy about it because my long-term relationship had become so boring. But when we met, things changed. After a hug and some conversation, he forcibly undressed me. He kissed me and then told me to pee on him. I was shocked and refused, but he dragged me to the bathroom and peed on me instead. I was devastated. Then he demanded sex, or oral sex. Out of coercion and fear, I ended up giving him a blowjob. We had been drinking, which made it worse. This man who had always spoken so spiritually and godly changed completely in that moment. Afterward, he returned to his godly persona, as if nothing had happened. I was horrified and broken. Later, when I confronted him crying, he apologized and said he got carried away, but also tried to make me believe that I was equally involved. He twisted everything, making it seem mutual when it wasn't. I blocked him, but now I feel guilty because I cheated on my boyfriend. At the same time, I was betrayed by this new man whom I thought was perfect. Because he was from my caste, I had even started thinking about marriage, but now I feel traumatized. The memory of what happened, the humiliation, the smell, everything haunts me. Meanwhile, my boyfriend is busy with his new job. I feel I don't deserve him. He never forced anything on me, never betrayed me. But I cheated, and I feel too guilty to continue. I don't want to tell him because he can't handle it. If he found out, he would hate me and leave. I'm currently doing my PhD in a government university on a scholarship, but I feel lost in life. I don't want to marry anyone anymore. I am depressed and broken, though I know I have academic goals to focus on. Still, I feel stuck in my thoughts. I haven't shared this with anyone. Please, I'd love your advice on this.
What happened to you was a profound betrayal and a violation of consent, not a mutual act. You were already unhappy in your long-term relationship and seeking a deeper connection, which is a separate issue from the sexual assault you experienced. The guilt you feel is a byproduct of the trauma and manipulation, but you are not to blame. Your focus now should be on your own healing, finding professional support, and making a decision about your long-term relationship based on what you truly want and deserve, not on guilt. If you were in her place, what would you do? Check comment section for advice in full detail, and you're welcome to share your story with us. Link is pinned.